Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to go over how to create a macro in Excel using Visual Basic so you can automate sending emails. So in this example I've got three fields, one for email, one for the subject, and one for the message. So to make things easy, I'm going to create some named ranges relating to these fields, and they're just going to match the field names. So this one will be email, this one will be subject, and then one named range for the message. Now I'm going to go into Visual Basic and create a macro called send email. And what I'm going to do is create a variable for each one of those fields. And all of them are going to be string variables, just because they're going to be text values. And then I can assign them to their named ranges. So email is equal to range, email. And this is the benefit of using named ranges, just because they're easier to reference, and in the event that you move the cells, you don't have to worry about updating the ranges either. What I'm also going to do is create some objects called OutApp, and then I'm going to set OutApp as a new object, creating a new object, a Outlook application object, and make sure that it's open, it's logged on, and then the outmail is going to be an Outlook item. So OutApp is going to create an item, and now use with outmail, and this is going to set up the different parameters that I want to assign. So for instance, there's a .to argument that I can set to, and this is going to be my email, because by default this will send from your default email in Outlook. There is an option to send on behalf of someone, but then you have to make sure that you have the ability to do so and that you have access to. So if you do have that, then there is an option to set sent on behalf of name, and this would equal your from email address if you wanted to set it up. So if you want to set a custom email that you're sending it from, but again, you have to have access to it. Otherwise, you're better off just leaving it to the default that you've got set up. Next, I'm going to set the subject equal to my subject variable, and then the body of my email is going to be equal to that message variable. And so there's also an option if you want to do a carbon copy. There's .cc, for example, but those are the main fields that I've got in here at this place. So if you want the email to show up, then you can use the display option here. So now if I run this macro, what's going to happen is it's going to populate these variables, and it's going to show my Outlook message. But of course, before I run the macro, what I'm going to want to do is actually fill in some of these values. So let's say customer at abc.com. Let's say overdue invoice. Dear customer, your invoice is now overdue. So I've created those. And what I can do is I've got this button set up here to send email. So I can assign my macro to that send email. Hit OK, and so now what's going to happen, instead of having to go through here and hit that run button, I can just click it from here, and this will launch that Outlook email. And so I've run that, and as you can see now, I've got my email address, I've got the customer at abc.com, got the subject, and we've got the message all filled in here. And so there are a lot of things you could also add. Like I mentioned, you could add the carbon copy. You could also add attachments if you wanted to. So if you've got a specific location where you've got an attachment, you could do .attachments .add, and then you've got your attachment location or path, right? So you could attach that as well if you've got a location that you wanted to add to this. Now, if you don't want to display the email, you just want to send it, or actually you could do both. You could display and then send it. The option to send it is just .send, right? So, but be careful with that, because the danger, obviously, of sending emails is it can lead to some unintended results if you haven't done a lot of thorough testing. So I always suggest to people to do a lot of testing. And the one thing you may want to watch out for is make sure you've got the permissions set up that you can do this, because in some cases you may need to change some security settings so that it allows you to send an email. But if it's your own computer, you have access to it, and there's no security restrictions on there, then you should be fine in that case. Otherwise, you may have to contact your IT department or to find out how you can do that. So you don't have to necessarily display it. You can just straight out send it and you don't even see it. Obviously, that's quicker, but it can be a bit more dangerous, especially if you want to review the data before sending it. So in many cases, I'll suggest, unless you're doing a bulk email, I'll suggest setting it to .display instead, and then not doing the send, because again, that's a lot riskier, especially if you accidentally send out something you didn't intend, or to another person. So before relying on that, I'd strongly suggest to thoroughly test it out, make sure the results are what you expect them to do before sending them out. But once you're confident with that, then obviously this can be a really powerful tool within the context of potentially a larger macro. Like, let's say you're creating one to automatically send emails to all your overdue accounts, right? So you could have a macro that cycles through all those accounts, populates the email, and then populates the subject, and maybe a custom message based on whether they're more than 30 days overdue, more than 60, more than 90, or if their balances are particularly large or small. So there's a lot of customization in there, and you can automate that entire process of sending out those emails. So that's how you can create a macro to send emails in Excel. Hope you found this useful, and thank you for watching.